Welcome back. It is 624. There are 600 miles of roads and streets in Vanderburgh County, but after a couple of hundred years of history in the tri-state, what inspired the names of some of these streets? We tackle that topic in the latest installment of Tri-State Treasures. Boeke, not Boeke. Weinbach, not Weinbach. And Tekoppel, not Tekoppel. Names we know now, but not necessarily names known to those new to the area. But who and what inspired these names? If you're not a former Gold Glove winner or Evansville mayor, how does one get a road or a street named for them?
In modern times, when you lay out a new subdivision, the person that lays out the subdivision, they can name the streets whatever they want.
Names like Burkhart, Morgan, and Covert can be traced back to landowners in the area long before stoplights were erected. The origins of streets with destination-to-destination descriptions are sometimes the most obvious. Good example, the longest name of any road in Vanderburgh County, Boonville New Harmony Road. But what about Vanderburgh County's oldest road, Red Bank?
There was a trail from Red Banks, which was the early name for Henderson, to Vincennes. And that road existed even before people settled this area there. It was probably originally an animal migration route that the Native Americans continued to use.
Oftentimes, early century industry dictated the names of roads.
Diamond Avenue got its name from the coal mine at the corner of Stringtown and what is Diamond there. The shaft was there. The Diamond coal mine existed from the late 1800s into the early 20th century.
In the early years, presidents, states, numbers, and property owners garnished most of the street sign tributes, but in recent years, others who contributed to the community had their names engraved on street signs, like former county treasurer Rick Davis.
After he passed away, there was sentiment in the council to honor him in some way. So they named a short stretch of the street in front of his home then, Rick Davis Way.
Another road in town has been transformed and renamed numerous times over the years. In the 1950s, construction began on what is known today as the Lloyd Expressway, formerly known as Division Street, Pennsylvania Avenue, and Slaughters Avenue. The thoroughfare only ran from Pigeon Creek to Barker Avenue before expansion was finally completed in the 1980s. And lawmakers decided to name the road after slain former mayor Russ Lloyd Sr. Schmidt says even the road outside the 44 News studio has significant meaning.
Carpenter Street that's in front of Channel 44 is named after Willard Carpenter. He was a man of means there, railroads, land. So when he built his house there, he owned everything around that. And most people know Willard Carpenter from the Willard Library, which he endowed.
The color of signs also has a meaningful purpose. A green street sign means it's a city street, while a white sign indicates a county road. And with over 600 miles of roads in Vanderburgh County, with approximately 3,000 different names, surprisingly, not one is named after a local television news anchor. Tommy Mason, 44 News.